Actually, chemical plants have a lot of water going in and out of them, and really there's a great untold story about how much water recycling goes on within a chemical plant. The way chemical plants work, we look at all our resources and we're constantly trying to improve our resource efficiency. And we look at water the exact same way. But we take wastewater out of one plant and use it as a feedstock in another plant. For example, we mine brine out of groundwater. So we take wastewater out of one plant and use it as a salt mining operation, which is a raw material for another chemical process. So there's a tremendous amount of recycling going on within a given chemical plant. Also, there's a lot of opportunities that we work on to recycle wastewater from communities, which is another interesting untold story. For example, in Terneuzen, the Netherlands, we recycle all of the wastewater out of the municipal wastewater system back into our plant. That's 10 million liters per day. 10 million liters per day are being recycled. And it's not just the water resource efficiency that's part of that story. Also, there is less energy consumption that goes along with that because we're not having to desalinate the water that we would have used otherwise. It's completely good for business to do what's right for the environment. We're always looking for ways to recycle water more and actually to use less water to begin with and have less water in our products at the end so that when we ship them, the supply chain footprint's lower in terms of transportation. So we're constantly looking at every aspect of our water use to make sure that we're minimizing the use of water and recycling as much water as we possibly can. For most places in the world doesn't have a commodity pricing system. But when you look at overall resource efficiency within a plant, we look at the economics and the cost. Treatment of water entails often a lot of energy consumption. So the pricing of the cost of doing recycling work, cleanup work, often relates to equipment cost and energy cost to run the equipment. So there are prices, but they vary by country. Key point, though, is that we look at water as a resource that needs to be extremely efficiently managed, both in what comes in, what goes out, but how much we recycle, and we maximize all of that recycle and minimize what's coming in and what's going out. Energy and water go hand in hand because to clean up water, it takes energy. But let me give you an example of our product lines, and Dow is one of the leading water treatment component companies in the world. We have a pledge to reduce the amount of energy consumed in desalinating water by 1/3. We're already helping tens of millions of people get clean drinking water through desalination. But we're actually reducing the energy consumption dramatically, which will be a great advance for others that need this technology. What I would say is that it's very important that there be water plans site by site to make sure all industrial companies are doing their best at minimizing the amount of water they use, minimizing the output of water, and that there's as much recycling as possible going on between communities and the industrial sector, like what I described at Terneuzen, where we are recycling 10 million liters per day. There are unbelievable opportunities if people can partner and collaborate to make that happen. Well, for Dow Chemical, in almost all cases I'm aware of, we actually clean water up to cleaner levels than what we brought in because we need clean water in our processes, or it can destroy our equipment, which is worth billions of dollars. So actually, most of the time when we have output, it's actually cleaner than what came in. But as a principle, I think we should be trying to restore anywhere water is used to comparable qualities, if not better. We've actually been looking at water carefully for 20 years, and we think very carefully about it. We have very detailed reporting that we do relative to our water use and our water cleanup. We're members of groups like the CEO Water Mandate, but most importantly, we're keeping our focus on inside the company on maximizing our recycle so that we have maximum resource efficiency, and we're looking for those kind of opportunities like we had in Freeport, Texas, where we're actually, we eliminated the use of 4 billion liters of water per year. 4 billion liters of water per year through a collaboration with another company, Nalco, where we were able to dramatically reduce water use. So we're looking for collaborations to help solve these challenges. In our 2015 goals, we have very detailed water reporting that we're doing so that we're making sure we're keeping our eye on the ball to reduce our water consumption, improve recycling, reduce wastewater. But we're really focused most on finding those collaborations like we had at Terneuzen, where we are recycling 10 million liters of water per day, and in Freeport, where we've reduced our water use 4 billion liters per year. We're really looking at those big plays where we can deliver huge results for our communities and for Dow at the same time. Collaboration is the key for water. If you want to provide clean drinking water for the poor, if you want to provide clean drinking water for everyone, if you want to have a tremendous amount of water for industrial growth, it requires collaboration because there's only so much water where people want to have it. And so we have to collaborate, we have to talk, and I think the European Union's been a real leader in fostering that kind of discussion.